Blue Lock Chapter 354 has been released. The England vs. Japan match is about to start, and the starting lineup for the Japanese national team is also revealed. Ego motivates the players for the match, but to find out more, you'll have to wait because this chapter holds many surprises, so get ready. Alright, the chapter titled Incomplete Dream begins with an enthusiastic commentator shouting that it's time for the final match of the U20 World Cup's Group A. We see Japanese fans cheering, and so do the English fans. The commentator continues saying that the future of Japanese soccer is riding on this fateful match. After that, we see a panoramic view of the entire stadium displaying both teams' flags. The commentators tell us that the stage for this battle is Blue Lock Stadium, and the sky is sunny and clear. As Japan challenges the mighty England, the birthplace of soccer, the commentators remind us that the winner of this momentous match will advance to the knockout tournament, and that both teams have the same win count. But Japan's lower goal difference puts them in third, and this can't end in a tie. Blue Lock has to win. After that, Terry tells Natsuki it's finally time. Natsuki interrupts him, saying it's finally the final match time. The stands are packed, and they should get hyped up too. Then we see that Japan's starting lineup has finally been revealed. Shido is playing alone as the striker. Zantatsu will be on the right wing, and Yukimiya on the left. Isagi and Hiyori will play as attacking midfielders, while Karasu will be the defensive midfielder. Ryo will play at right back, and Kiora at left back. Aiku and Ari will be center backs, and of course Gagamaru will be in goal. Japan will play with a 4-1-for-1 formation. Natsuki points out that this is a quite change from their match against France. Terry says they've removed Rin and formed their formation around Shido. Terry then asks him what they're supposed to do here. Natsuki smiles and says that their attacks hit a wall in the last match, so perhaps they're hoping for some unexpected explosive power with this double wingers. Should make things interesting. Terry says both teams have their backs against the wall, and it's all over for whoever loses. He wonders who will seize victory and advance for the knockout tournament. Then we see the scoreboard for England and Japan, and he tells us kickoff is moments away. But before the match begins, we move to the Blue Lock Japan locker room, where we see Ego and Henry. Ego is speaking, saying that their preparations are complete, that they've done all they can, and that all they just need to do now is win. He describes them as having lumps of talent as Kiora, Gagamaru, Aryu, and Aiku are getting ready. Ego continues, saying, don't forget that phrases like all your hard work has meant something, or even if we lose here, it will be an irreplaceable experience. These are just empty words to console the loser. They're just nonsense. He explains, saying there's no value in process and that they only need results. Then we see Ego extend his hand and tell them to throw their past successes. He says that anyone who can't shine here and now is trash, and that they're not here to make memories. They are here to make history. He then tells them that if they are overcome by fear of losing during this match, or if any sort of anxiety enters their minds, they should blame it all on him. And the worst thing they can do is freeze up from a fear of losing, and he will take responsibility for all of it. Isagi and Anri listen intently as Ego continues, telling them to remember this well. Their achievements are theirs, and their failures are his. So, no matter what happens, they must strive for their own goals until the very last second, and continue to advance further as egotistically as possible. Then Ego shouts, saying it's time Blue Lock unleash your hunger for victory, as the team shouts enthusiastically ready for the decisive match. After that, we see the new starting lineup making their way onto the field. Aiku tells Karasu to focus on their positioning when transitioning between attack and defense, and Karasu tells him they are counting on him to hold the backline captain. Yukimiya tells Zenitsu, let's go wild, and Zenitsu replies saying time for our glasses attack. Next, we see Isagi thinking and saying that Blue Lock is the dark horse, and the reason he told everyone this was to link his ego's playstyle as the rebel who devours the number one with the everyone else's egos, and that in this way he can be the center of this team again. Isagi then continues, saying that they have been honing their egos all this time, but the more they do so, the more their egos grow in different directions, and this is natural, and that's why a direct link between egos is so difficult. So what they need is a shared objective, and even if people can't collaborate one-on-one, they can link people with a shared objective. They've experienced this in their previous matches. Isagi continues, saying that the more people you have, the greater the need for a bigger objective to unify everyone. Isagi says that the big objective of being a world-devouring super dark horse. Then we see all 11 Blue Lock icons moving towards a puzzle piece called the Dark Horse. Isagi then says that this objective will be the driving force that propels them towards this massive challenge. Gagamaru says, all right, let's do it. And Kior says he can see the borderline of victory. Isagi continues, saying that the team's minds are unified, and the question now is how he will score his own goals as a rebel. He then recalls the France match, saying that since their loss to France, he has felt frustrated, despair, and an acceptance to defeat. He adds that every time he drew opponents into a battle of luck, he always won, but the fact that they lost proves he's not good enough to be the world's best yet. Next, we see a feather fall, and Isagi says that if there is a god of soccer, he is definitely testing him. Then we see Isagi step forward, puzzle pieces swirling around him. He says the god of soccer is testing his egos, and asking if Isagi Yoichi can still become new again. Then we see Isagi, and his eyes glowing, saying, "Who do you think I am?" Next we see Isagi step onto the packed pitch, and says he won't let this end with an incomplete dream. And finally, we see the timer strike 0 until the match against England. And that's the end of the chapter. Honestly, this chapter was amazing. I'd like to know what you think of Japan's lineup, and who you think will score the first goal. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and similar videos, I suggest you subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment and a like. Also, if you'd like to see another video of mine, please watch the one that will appear at the end. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.